Hello, good day once again. I am your teacher Joy. Welcome back to our Techno class. So the lesson this day is about the quartiles of group data. So here are the things you will learn today. Tabulate the ungroup data using the quartiles, describe and interpret the group data, and reflect the use of quartiles to real life. Here are the essential words that you will encounter as we move to our main topic. Frequency. It is the number of occurrences of repeating events per unit of time. Example, in gathering the data on the ages of selected students in grade 10, 3 of those belong to 15 years old. So the frequency is 3. Cumulative. It is something increasing when keep on adding, like increasing amount of savings due to consistent depositing money in a bank. Range. The difference between the highest and the lowest score, or frequency in a data. The lower class boundary is found by subtracting 0.5 units from the lower class limit, and the upper class boundary is found by adding 0.5 units to the upper class limit. Interval, or range of values, within which the data value is most likely to be located. To get the interval in the given range, subtract the upper boundary to the lower boundary plus 1. Class intervals contain a set of data values between lower and upper boundaries. Example, numbers between 15 to 20. Tabulate, count, record, or list systematically in a tabular form. Okay guys, to check your readiness to our next topic, so you have to review your past lesson involving the quartiles that divide the data distribution into 4 equal parts. They are the first quartile, second quartile, and the third quartile. We know that it is hard to locate the value when there is a numerous data. So, the use of the formula is an option to locate the intended data value using the measures of position. The topic today deals with the group data using the quartiles. So, this is the formula. Q sub k is equal to LB plus the quantity of k times n divided by 4 minus CF of B all over F of Q of K times I, where LB is the lower boundary of Q of K class. N is the total number of data values in a data set. CF of B is the cumulative frequency of the class before the Q of K class. F of Q of K is the frequency of the Q of K class. I is the size of the class intervals. K is the kth quartile where K can be 1, 2, or 3. And Q of K is the kth quartiles value. Okay, so let us now apply the formula in solving the set of problems involving quartiles. Okay, so let us move. For our first example, Mr. Digma is the sales manager of JBA's bookstore. He has 40 sales staff members who visited secondary teachers all over the Philippines, observing the social distancing protocol. Each Saturday morning, he requires his sales staff to send him a report. This report includes, among other things, the number of teachers visited during the previous week. As shown, the order data from the smallest to largest are the number of teachers who visited last week. Determine the third quartile. For the solution, you have to follow the steps. First, compute for the range. That is denoted by the symbol R. Look for the highest data value and the lowest data value. Then, subtract. The highest value is 79 and the lowest data value is 38. So the difference is 41. Second, get the interval by dividing the range to the desired number of classes. Our desired number of classes is 5. So our interval is equal to 41 divided by 5. That yields to 8.2 or approximately equal to 8. Third, draw a table containing class interval scores, frequency, lower boundaries, and less than cumulative frequency. Now, tabulate the ungrouped data using the table that contains class intervals, frequency, less than cumulative frequency, and the lower boundary. They are all essential values for computing the quartiles. First, let us fill in the column of class intervals and begin at the bottom. The bottom that contains numbers that belong to the lowest class interval. To really understand me, let me show you the process on how you are going to create the set of class intervals and solve for the essential values. Okay, so let me start from the lowest, that is the lower class limit, and the computed I, which is equal to 8, to compute for the upper class limit of the lowest class interval. So add 38 and 8, then minus 1. Minus 1 here is the constant operation, okay, to be able to solve for the upper class limit of each class interval. So we have 45. So the least or the lowest class interval is composed of numbers from 38 to 45. Okay, let's move to the second class interval. So follow the process. So the next number after 45 is 46. That is why 46 is the lower class limit of the second class interval. Then add 8 to 46, then minus 1 to get 53, which is the upper class limit. And then you just follow the process or the method or the steps to be able to compose for the remaining class intervals. So we have 54 to 61, 62 to 69, 70 to 77, and the last, which is the highest class interval, is comprised of numbers from 78 to 85. Okay, moving on to the frequency for the second column. So when we look for the frequency, so we just need to count the numbers that are found in each class interval. Okay, let's begin from the list. 38, 40, 41, 45. Okay, so there are 4 numbers that are found between numbers 38 to 45. 48, 48, 50, 50, 51, 51, 52, 52, 53. There are 9 numbers that are within the numbers 46 to 53. 54, 55, 55, 55, 55, 56, 56, 57, 59, 59, 59. So we have 11 numbers that are belong to the class interval 54 to 61. 62, 62, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 66, 67, 67, 69. There are also 11 numbers that are contained in class interval 62 to 69. 71, 77. There are 2 numbers that are found between numbers 70 to 77. 78, 79, 79. Okay? There are 3 frequencies that are located in the highest class interval from numbers 78 to 85. Okay, moving on to the third column, that is less than cumulative frequency. Okay, when you say cumulative, you keep on adding, or you need to add the numbers continuously. Okay, from the list, class interval, so you need to copy the frequency, 4, and then add 4 to 9, and then 13, and then 13 plus 11 equal to 24, and then 11 plus 24 is equal to 35. 35 plus 2 is equal to 37, and then 37 plus 3 is equal to 40. So we have 40 data values. Okay, for the last column, which is the lower boundary, okay, so to get the lower boundary of each class interval, you simply subtract 0.5, which is the constant value, from the lower class limit. Okay, lower boundary, 38 minus 0.5 is equal to 37.5. 46 minus 0.5, 45.5. 54 minus 0.5, 53.5. 62 minus 0.5, 61.5. 70 minus 0.5, 69.5. 78 minus 0.5 is equal to 77.5. Since the table is already completed, I think we are all ready for the next step, okay, for the computation. Let us now use this group data in solving the third quartile. Okay, but don't forget to write down all the important values that are needed for the equation. Once again, here is the equation. Q of k is equal to LB plus the quantity of Kn divided by 4 minus Cf of B all over F of Q of K times the I. K is equal to 3, N is equal to 40, then Kn all over 4 is equal to 3 times 40 all over 4 is equal to 38. So Kn all over 4 is used to locate the intended value, okay, that lies on the 30th position and also belongs to the class interval between 62 to 69. Our cumulative frequency before is 24, and the frequency of the intended value that lies on the third quartile is 11, and the lower boundary is 61.5, and I is equal to 8. Substitute all the values in our equation. So we have Q sub 3 is equal to 61.5 plus the quantity of 30 minus 24 all over 11 times 8. Then simplify. So our third quartile is equal to 65.86. Okay, so let us now describe and interpret the computed third quartile in this example. And now, let us use the group data together with the computed third quartile that is equal to 65.86. But this value is unacceptable. Why? Yes, because we cannot count the number of persons in decimal value. So all you have to do is to round up or round off. Okay, so the value is 66. Okay, so let us use all these values as our basis for the analysis and interpretations. So here are the possible interpretations and analysis. First, the highest frequency is 11 that found between the two classes ranging from 54 to 61 and 62 to 69 respectively. Second, mostly the number of teachers visited by the sales staff members ranges between 54 to 61 and 62 to 69 respectively. The lowest frequency is 3, found between class interval 78 to 85. The least number of teachers visited by the sales staff members lies between class interval 78 to 85. 75% of the teachers who visited by the JBA staff members is at most 66. At most means less than or equal to. Next, 25% of the teachers who visited by the JBA staff members is at least 66. At least means more than or equal to. And then, it means that the sales staff members who visited more than 66 secondary teachers are better than 75% below them. Okay? So I hope that you learned much from this and you will be able to answer all the learning tasks this day. Okay, good luck. Learning task number 1. Calculate the first quartile of a 50-item test scores of 50 students in mathematics. The table is provided for you. It contains class intervals and frequency. The lowest class interval consists of scores from 21 to 25 with frequency of 6. Next, 26 to 30 with frequency of 12. 31 to 35 with frequency of 9. Next, 36 to 40 with frequency of 11. Next, 41 to 45 with frequency of 8. And the highest class interval contains a frequency of 4 with scores ranging from 46 to 50. Find the following and solve. 1. Look for n. 2. I. 3. K. 4. Kn all over 4. 5. Cf of B. 6. F of Q of 1. 7. Class interval where the first quartile lies. 8. Lower boundary. 9. Solve for the score that lies at the first quartile. 10. Make your interpretation. For learning task number 2, make at least 3 statements that describe the group data and at least 2 interpretations, and then refer to the table below and to your answer in learning task number 1. For learning task number 3, list down below is the daily snack allowance of selected students in grade 10. Draw a table, then find the first quartile. The data values are given as follows: 13, 14, 14, 20, 25, 30, 10, 35, 50, 100, 14, 10, 15, 75, 50, 50, 80, 70, 25, 15, 15, 20, 30, 50, 70, 60, 75, 90, 150, 10, 16, 35, 50, 65, 100, 20, 40, 30, 100, 90, 25, 50, 70, 50, 75, 90, 100, 200, 100, 50, 75, 50, 70, 55, 80, 90, 95, 110, 120, and 95. Okay, so for the desired number of classes, use 10. For the last learning task, write at least 3 sentences in describing the group data, and then at least 2 interpretations based on the computed value that you have obtained in learning task number 3. For the reflection, write what you have learned today about quartiles for group data. Please refer to these references for the substantial information about quartiles of group data. Okay, so once again, thank you very much for watching and listening in this video. But don't forget to send in all your answers in either of my two accounts. But if you won't be able to reach me, you just refer to this number. Okay, so I am your Teacher Joy, 24/7, your public servant. Bye-bye.